For the first time since Mexico began its crackdown against illegal border crossers, a caravan of up to 4,000 now clashing with security forces in Mexico. They're throwing rocks at them. Let's bring in Texas Republican Congressman Brian Babin. Your reaction when you saw this story?
Well, it looks like more of the same old thing, and I will say this. I'm very happy of the cooperation from President Obrador in Mexico with President Trump and the Trump administration, because they have taken where at one time last May we had 140,000 illegals coming across the border, and that's down to about 30. And we have leftist organized caravans trying to make their way up here, and Mexico is holding them back at the border, and they're trying to crash through. They think we owe them this type of thing. But the reality is the United States wants to help people like this, but we can't open our borders up and bankrupt the United States and see all the overburdened taxpayers, the crime, the drugs, human trafficking, and the burden that it places on us. If we're bankrupt, we can't help anybody. So I just want to thank Mexico. I want to thank the Trump administration, and holding them back is something that we absolutely need to do.
This country has taken in an estimated 22 million illegal immigrants. We've got an opioid crisis. We have homeless veterans. We're a generous country. We are about legal immigration. Mexico was threatened with trade and other sanctions from the U.S. But to your point, sir, it seems that Mexico is also sick and tired of what's going on, that they are stepping up. They're deploying drones to look for illegal crossers. ICE agents are on temporary assignment working inside Guatemala and also working with Mexican forces to stop this trend of caravans. Do it legally. That's what Mexico is telling these illegal border crossers. Your word on that?
Absolutely, Liz. I couldn't agree more. And, you know, we had a delegation of Democrats that went down to our southern border in Texas, went across the border and looked at the so-called tent cities and the squalid conditions that were so-called caused by President Trump. I would suggest that they stay on this side of the border and visit some of the sanctuary cities around this country and see some of the results of Democrat policies and what is happening to U.S. citizens that have to live in these areas. And we have a problem on the border, a national crisis, and it's simply due to inaction by our folks on the other side of the aisle just won't work with us. And so I'm very, very proud of the Trump administration and President Trump for doing something and cutting these numbers, these drastically high numbers back. But we have a long way to go. And it's a crisis by any measurement, by any standard, on any level. And you know, we're hearing about the coronavirus coming out of China. This is just one thing that's a threat that could be coming across this border: drugs, crime, and everything else that we have to do. Liz.
Congressman Babin, thank you so much for joining us. Come back soon, sir. Great to have you on.
Great to be with you.